I'm Logan Crawford, and right now on the Spotlight Network, we're reflecting on life's most intimate moments through the lens of poetry. With one of my favorite guests, one of my favorite writers, one of my favorite poets, Dr. Barbara Ten Brink. And she has penned a book you're just going to love. It is called The Haiku of Barbara Ten Brink, Volume 10, December 2022 through December 2023. This poignant 10th volume chronicles a year shaped by the changing Texas seasons and the deeply personal journey of caring for and saying goodbye to her beloved husband, Henri. Through elegant haiku, Dr. Ten Brink invites us to slow down, observe nature, embrace grief, and honor love through the power of simplicity. We're delighted to have this wonderful author join us here today on Spotlight. We thank the team at Mainspring Books for helping us put her in the spotlight today. And we ask viewers like you to support authors like her by subscribing to our channel and by purchasing her beautiful book. The links are below this interview. Doctors, welcome back to the show. So great to have you on again.
Logan, I am so happy to be here. You are so funny. You said, we're going to talk about your new book. And I was like, which one?
I know. You've got a
I
lot
had
out
to
there.
think
That's the
for a
problem with
minute.
being you're a prolific writer. So when we say new book, it's like, which one is that? Yeah.
Well, I have a surprise for you. And I didn't
Mhm.
tell you this when we had our little conversation before the filming.
Mhm.
So here's a surprise for you. Look at this. Look, darling, look. LA Times,
Wow.
April 9. So just
Hmm.
1 week ago.
Yeah. And they're doing a cover story on you and all of your wonderful books.
All my haiku,
Oh,
just my
wow.
haiku.
Amazing.
LA
Amazing.
Times. First of all, I want to brag on LA Times because they like me.
Mhm.
And
Well,
so
that's
here I am.
wonderful. I mean, that's a huge publication, and you're not even from LA, you're from Texas, right? I mean,
I live
so
in Austin. I pretty much commute to LA because my publicist is there.
mhm.
And and but anyway, LA Times probably about 2, 3 times a year publish an article from me. I'm so flattered, I can't even tell you.
Well,
So
that's
look at my
wonderful.
cute title. Experience the Zen of
Oh,
Powers
powers
of
of 10.
10.
Wonderful. That's
So people
great.
ask me how I decompress, how I calm myself, well, haiku is my Zen.
Mm.
So listen how cute this article. She is a fantastic author, producing 30 books in 4 years and 10 volumes of haiku, now 11, because we're in a
Mhm.
new year, each one covering an entire year. Dr. Ten Brink brings her readers, just what you said, Logan,
Yeah.
brings her readers a reflection of life well lived, beauty absorbed, nature enjoyed, highways traveled, seasons changed, Zen realized, granddaughters cherished
Mm.
in tiny 17 syllables. So
Amazing.
I'm very proud of that article. And then, of course, I'm proud of the 10 haiku of Barbara Ten Brink starting in nine, 2013,
Wow.
2013. So,
Amazing.
and Logan, because you and I've talked about
Mhm.
my art.
I love that. That makes me want to, it looks very like Miami, South Beach, Miami, cooling kind of Art Deco, really beautiful pose,
The
beautiful
title
woman.
is, and I like my paintings big. The title of this is Waiting on the Sun. And if you can
Wow.
see it, I don't if you can see it right here,
Yep.
there's the sun just starting to peek up on the horizon. So
Wow.
you get these heavy shadows, which I love to do shadows.
Yeah.
And then her cute little bathing suit, which is hand stitched. It's so cute, cute,
It's
cute.
great. It's great. And I love the beach first thing in the morning. I love the light. I love the feeling of the sun coming up. I love being there mostly alone and the peacefulness of it all. You've really captured all of
See,
that within your painting.
Logan, and that's what we paint with haiku.
Yeah.
Exactly what you just said. Sunrise and haiku are hand in hand. Oh
Mm.
my gosh.
Yeah.
So all my covers are my own art. This is Haiku Volume 1,
Hmm.
Volume 2. I know she's in a Olympic swimming pool with a grapefruit.
Beautiful though.
The Haiku Volume 3, Endless Tranquility. Um, Haiku Volume 4, um, what is it? Ship in a Bottle. You see the
Yeah,
bottle?
I do. I do. That's great.
It's huge.
It
It's,
is.
this one is Total Eclipse.
Beautiful.
This is The Gift.
Amazing.
Now I have granddaughters. So
Gotcha.
this is our zebra ranch out in far west Texas, and this
Hmm.
is my little granddaughter.
Amazing.
Then we had the Arctic storms, you remember?
Hmm.
Not just Texas, but every county in Texas was shut down.
Hmm.
So this painting was inspired by the freeze, the Arctic freeze that
Hmm.
hamstrung Texas. Um, this is my second grandchild. This is her daddy holding her
Beautiful
little foot.
picture. A tiny little foot,
I
precious.
just love
Yeah.
that so
Yeah.
much. I just love that
Without
so
a
much.
doubt.
I just love, darling. I just like like my paintings are people are like, well, what's wrong with the top of her head? And I'm like, what? I don't know.
Nothing.
Anyway, so just her little baby foot. And then
Amazing.
this is Haiku Volume 10 that we're talking about today. And I
Mhm.
put a joyous cover. These are both of my granddaughters now.
Beautiful.
Uh-huh. I put a joyous cover because the life is hard.
Yeah.
You and I talked about my book, Fire Battle Between
Good and
Evil and
evil and
Good.
good. Yes.
Well, this talks about, oh my gosh, life is hard, but there's always find joy.
Right.
Find joy. Find
Yeah.
it. You have to go look for it.
Right.
So here is a haiku volume. So it's an entire year of the trepidation, the trauma, the anxiety, the angst, the commute, because
Hmm.
I still live in Austin
Yeah.
and I put my husband 200 miles away because my son wanted that year with his dad,
Yeah.
to his credit. So I
Hmm.
said, fine, we can do this because I am mobile. My
Hmm.
son has a small family, young family, and then my husband was ill.
Right.
So um, the book is so beautiful. And the haiku, what we've talked about so much, is my experience of Zen.
Hmm.
So it comes to me all the time when I'm traveling the roads of Texas. So here I was an entire year commuting. And
Wow.
I I had a girlfriend just recently ask me, well, do you listen to podcasts or books on tape? Because I'm in my car all the time. If we told
Right.
listeners how much time I'm in a car, they wouldn't believe us anyway. So I'm in the car all the time. And she said, do you listen to books on tape or podcasts? And I went, no,
Hmm.
I dictate.
That's
I,
great. That's a better
I'm
use of your
writing.
time. And thank goodness you do that. Yeah. Why
Well,
listen to
I
other
have to.
people's words when you can fill the world with your words? Right?
You are so sweet to me. I just love everything that you
Thank
say. I
you.
just
Thank
love it.
you. But it's very,
You're
very
so
true. I think that's great. Such a more creative use of your time to create something rather than to listen to what somebody else has created. And I think it's good and it's great, and there's a time for that too. But it's
I read
amazing.
all the time, as you do.
Yeah, I got to ask you, with your paintings, did you train? Are you self-taught? I mean, your artwork is as beautiful as your prose and your poetry. So
So
tell us
Haiku
about that.
Volume 1
Hmm.
took place in 20 December 2013 to 2014. At the same year, I bought a bed and breakfast on a lake. So it's out a
Hmm.
resort. I had some money from my teaching. I'm really good. We need to do life lessons with your listeners.
Hmm.
So I was able to buy a house on a lake and I turned it into a short-term rental.
Hmm.
outfitted it. It's just, I had to go to college. UT is right up the road. So I
Yeah.
had to go to UT and take electronic media marketing. I didn't know how to use a smartphone like that.
Hmm.
And anyway, now I'm in my what, 11th year of
Hmm.
renting a short-term rental. I love it so much. Well, the answer to your question, I finished outfitting my house because it has to have everything, right? Dishes, cookware, sheets. So I had a color scheme, la la la. And then I went, what am I going to do with the walls? Well,
Mm.
a normal person would go to the frame shops and buy a
Right.
print and hang a print on the wall. And I went, no, I'll paint a picture.
Well, that's great. Well, that was a wonderful start of it all. Beautiful Genesis. That's great.
Never held a paintbrush in my life. Those, that was not my elective of choice in high school and junior high.
Right.
Mine was theater, as you can
Right.
tell.
Yep. Without a doubt. Well, that's
Yes.
great. So you all of this is self-taught. You just
Well,
figured
no,
out how
no,
to do it.
no,
Oh
no,
no?
no, no. Oh no, oh no. I painted about 4 pictures, and my son went, Mom, Mom.
You need a little guidance.
I painted a white bunny. He's real cute. He's running in this lake where my house is. This little bunny in swim trunks is
Hmm.
running in the lake along the shore. And my son said, Mommy, white is not white. What? White? White is
Right.
not white. So I enrolled. I had just finished a semester of electronic media marketing. So I enrolled in UT again, University of
Mhm.
Texas at Austin. It's just 3 blocks away.
Right.
I enrolled in uh, painting, art painting 101.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Well, you are there valedictorian, no doubt, because your work is beautiful. That's really great. I
You're
mean, I
so
think
cute.
that's wonderful that, as an adult to learn that skill, to go back to school to train so you can decorate your beautiful rental. I think that's really wonderful. Wonderful.
People ask me, are you still painting? And I'm not. I'm not. I think this one is my last painting. So this is 2021, I
And that
think.
almost looks like a photograph.
Isn't it cute? Isn't it good?
Really cute. Yeah.
Well, if you look at my first bunny, and now
Yep.
you look at my, uh, people learn.
Right,
People
right. Well,
can,
then not everybody can. It does take some talent. And, there's lots of people out there with training and they don't do anything. But again, instead of consuming other people's creativity, you're creating. And I think that's really, really wonderful. And
thank you,
what's the
Logan.
latest book? You're working on something new. Tell us about that. Your latest
I
project.
just wrote the cutest epic poem. I love it so much. It's going to be its own book because you and I've interviewed about some of my epic poems. I turn them
Right.
into books. So they stand alone.
Yeah.
And I want it illustrated, and I know how I want it illustrated. I do a lot of my illustrations myself. So I'm not an illustrator, but I am a photographer and I can do some painting.
Yeah. Beautiful
Uh,
paintings.
so my new book is testing our guardian angels. It is
Wonderful.
so cute, Logan. It is so cute. It is how we go through life learning things. Let's just name a few. Ride a bike. Uh, you go on roller skates. Um,
First
climb a
dates, first
tree.
kiss, all that stuff?
Oh no. Oh, I
No.
should.
You can expand it.
Volume 2.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, because you do have all those like markers in life. The first time you ride a bike, the first time you're on roller skates, but then the first time you hold hands with a girl is pretty exciting too. And
Yeah,
that first
yeah.
kiss, that
The
first date.
anxiety.
Yeah.
Oh
Yep.
my gosh. Well,
Exactly.
that you've given me, honey, I'm inspired every time I talk to you. You're
That's
so
good.
good.
Well, I think it's two creative souls. We get together and we have a great chat, and that's always wonderful. And now I guess also you're going to work on volume 11 is next because
Volume
we'll look
11
at,
is already on my computer. It's already the cover is already done because I darling, I went to Greece in yes, I went to Greece and took a picture on the island of Patmos in
Mhm,
the cave of Saint John, I
mhm.
think. So I am the anyway, so everywhere you look, no photographs, no photographs. But here was this gorgeous Greek Orthodox monk sitting
Mm.
in the cave. Now, in his mind, think about his mind. He's like, I have reached nirvana. I am sitting in the cave of Saint John in his location of exile, and here's this monk. Well, I'm in the cave
Yeah.
and it says no photographs. So under my arm with my cell phone and no flash, and under my arm so nobody sees me, I take a picture of this monk. And on the tour, everybody says that is the best picture of the entire trip and tour,
Wow.
and 35 travelers and 2,000 people on the tour boat, whatever,
Yep.
cruise. Oh my gosh. So that's the
Amazing.
cover of Haiku Volume 11.
Wonderful. Well, we're looking forward to that. The book we've been focusing on today is The Haiku of Barbara Ten Brink, Volume 10, December 22 through December 2023. It is a beautiful, heartfelt tribute to nature, memory, and enduring love. Doctor, thank you so much for joining us here today on Spotlight.
Thank you, Logan. Thank you, listeners.
So good seeing you. Always great having you on the show. Always so much fun. To the folks at home, I'm Logan Crawford, thanking you for your time. This time until next time on Spotlight.